Hello friends, today we're putting the electric mixer to work. I'll teach you to make my soft, fluffy and delicious paratha roti, and you'll have to do absolutely no kneading. The first thing we'll do is to make sure that the mixer is fitted with the dough hook. It may look a little different for each one of us depending on the type of mixer you have. You just place it in, the groove, twist, and that's it. To measure the flour, I place the bowl on the scale. Then I measure out 20 ounces or 1 pound and 4 ounces. We place the bowl on the mixer and secure it. Once it's secure, we'll add in the remainder of the ingredients. 1 teaspoon of salt, Himalayan salt I use. And salt is a necessary ingredient because it adds flavor. Baking powder, aluminum free, is healthier. And you can add 2 teaspoons to a tablespoon. 2 teaspoons of sugar, again this adds flavor. Not many recipes use sugar and salt, but mine does. Next we'll mix to combine. On level 2. Just using a rubber spatula, you'll bring it down from the sides. And mix again for 1 minute until it's thoroughly combined. I mixed it for 2 to 3 minutes and now I'm going to gradually add lukewarm water. I have about 2 cups of water here. I'm going to put it on level 2 and add water gradually, and I'll show you the next step soon. Now I'll gradually add the lukewarm water and we'll mix until the dough comes together. On level 2 we'll start with. That's level 2. And we're increasing to level 4. We'll now increase to level 6. Now I'm going to knead it for a couple of minutes, about 3 minutes. And as you can see, it's very soft here, which is good. And then we'll add a little bit more flour to bring it together. And now to bring it together, I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour. We'll see if it's enough or whether it requires more. Level 2. Increasing to level 6. And that's it. It looks very soft. Add a little touch of flour just to remove it from the sides. You could add a little less water as long as the dough is very soft. So we'll just bring it together. So we kneaded it for a total of 5 minutes. I have a tablespoon of oil here. I'm just going to rub the surface of the dough with oil. It's very soft, so I don't have to leave it for a long time. But if your dough is not as soft as this, then you're going to have to let it rest for 20 minutes. Next, I'll turn out the dough onto the counter. Spread out, which means it's very relaxed. I'm going to divide it into 4. You'll divide it according to the size of your tawa. My tawa is very wide, so I can divide it into 4. If you're using a small pan, divide it into 5 or 6 pieces. 1, Just put flour in your hands if it's too sticky. 2, 3, 4. It's very sticky, which means it's going to be very soft. You make it into a loya ball. Very loosely. You pull up to the top and you squeeze. I'm pulling towards the top. Make it into a ball for the next step. It's lovely and soft. Okay, I'm going to put these aside. And because it's very soft, we can start with the next step immediately. There's no resting. You know it's ready when you press it and it stays and it's soft. I'm going to press it out into a wider disc. If it's sticky, you can add flour. Now we'll roll it out as wide as we can. As you can see, it's not pulling back, which means it's ready. It's another indication that it's ready. This bowl, I have 4 tablespoons of good quality butter and 4 tablespoons of olive oil. You can in this bowl I have 4 tablespoons of good quality butter and 4 tablespoons of ghee. I'm just going to mix it together with my fingers. I'm going to take a tablespoon and we'll rub it on the roti. This is a large roti, so nothing to be alarmed about. You just rub the surface of the roti. A generous amount of butter, ghee, or olive oil, or vegetable oil, or coconut oil for vegans. Next, we'll sprinkle with all-purpose flour. The same flour we use to knead the flour. This will help create the layers. And you're going to cut from the middle out towards the end. And then we're going to roll. You better come closer up. And you're just going to roll. The counter needed a little bit more flour. It's okay, we'll make it work. And now we're going to stick this in the middle. Taking the ends and you're pushing it in. Right? And now we've created a cone. We'll just take the tip of the cone and we will press inwards towards the bottom. And when your fingers meet the bottom, you're done. That's it. The first paratha has been wrapped. We'll allow it to sit until we complete the remainder. We'll cover it for 20 minutes. So the loya has been sitting for quite a while. I was filming the video you probably saw before. And so now we'll make the roti. We'll start with the first loya we did. This one, and you know it's the first because it's the most relaxed out of all these guys or gals. So we've put the tawa to heat on low heat. I had to take it off now because it's going to take a while to film the roti, but we'll come back to this. It's very hot. For the next step, you'll melt the butter that was remaining in the bowl, and you'll add another 4 tablespoons of butter, ghee, coconut oil, or vegetable oil, or olive oil. And you'll also need one of these brushes. So now we'll press out the dough. We'll flour our surface to prevent it from sticking. Press out the dough to widen, to extend. It sat a little too long without being properly covered, so it has a little crust, but that's okay. That's fine if it happens to you. And now I'll billy or roll out the roti using a rolling pin or billina. To make it round, you really don't have to. So you stretch it into a circle or round shape, and then you start again. If you were rolling it out and it pulled back in, it means it needed to rest a little longer, or it wants to rest a little longer. And you roll it out as large as your towel. And that's it. Take your oil and you oil the tawa. You may use it. You don't have to use a towel. If you don't have it, you can use a pot, a non-stick pot or a frying pan. Just make your loyas smaller. I'm going to pick it up like this and drop it. Ouch. And now you stretch it into a round shape. Reduce the heat to low if you want a nice, soft, light-colored roti. And then we brush oil on the roti, oil or butter. Using the handle of a spoon or this dabla. You can find this dabla on cookingwithria.com in the shop. We brush the other side. You make sure the tawa is in the center of the flame, and we'll flip. Once you put the butter or oil, you flip, and you press it to help it to cook. Press the edges if they're thicker than the center, and when you're rolling out, you make sure to roll out the edges and don't make it too thick. We have a little heat imbalance here. Just cook it until it looks no longer raw. This side needs a little more cooking. If something like that happens, you do it like this, just to allow that end to cook, because we know that this side is fully cooked. The layers are starting to flake. And this is brown. You could make your roti light or dark, it's up to you. And now we'll beat the roti. We call this bus-up shot because once we beat it, it looks like a torn t-shirt. It's so good it has 2 names, paratha and bus-up shot. As you can see, it has lots of lovely layers, a lot of flakes. You'll put this in a cloth and seal it tightly so that it will continue to soften. Some people complain it gets stiff, it has access to air, and the air will stiffen it, so we're going to wrap it really nice, and you could put it in a plastic bag now to contain that heat. If you had a cooler or a container, it will work just as fine. You'll clean your tower and oil it again. Make sure the heat is on low if you're new to this. You don't want it to burn. Flour. Press to flatten. We're keeping it round. I'll do this one a little faster. Roll it out by pushing the rolling pin out and down. You're turning. Pushing out, using your entire body to push out. It is a workout. We're losing weight and we're eating great. Stretch it. It's nice and round. The oil right away as soon as you start to see bubbles. And if you're one of those people who like it light in color, you flip it now. I like mine's dark, crispy, crunchy. So tell me whether you're team light or team dark in the comment section below. Well, let me know. So you can put as much or as little oil as you like depending on your requirement, your dietary requirement. Turn right away. The heat is on low. It's been cooking for about 30 seconds. We're flipping. There are many things you can eat this with. Curry, stew, chana and aloo, pumpkin. Trinidad has a lot of vegan, vegetarian dishes, delicious vegan, vegetarian dishes. Curried goat, curried beef, stew pork. The possibilities are endless. And you can also check out my original video. I will show you how to knead it, knead the flour using your hand if you don't have an electric mixer. So once it puffs up and it swells, you know that it's fully cooked. You can also pinch it at the edges to see if there's any rawness. Now we'll beat him up. You start at the top and you come down to the bottom. You turn it 45 degrees. And you beat again. I like doing it like this. That's my own technique. As I've mentioned many times before, my nana was a professional roti maker, and it's in my genes. And you hit it down the middle there to separate the layers. And that's it. You don't have to beat it up so small, you can leave it whole. And these are the lovely layers. A beautiful sight indeed. It's very hot, look at that. Nice and soft. I'm going to keep it covered and I'm going to continue. And that's all there is to it, my sweet friends. Soft, flaky, and absolutely delicious bus-up shot, aka Paratha Roti. If you appreciate what I do on this channel and would love to see it grow, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a lovely comment below. Until next time, stay safe, be well, cook, share, and love. Bye bye.